Why will I know what I need to do and I'm waiting to do it later on? It's like saving sex for all day. If you've got 4 friends and they are broke, the 5th person is you. Somebody comes into an interview room, nobody just likes the person. As somebody comes in, everybody just falls in love. Science tells us that positive and negative attract. But in real life, positive and positive attract. Positive and negative, they repel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the maiden edition of See with Dr. Say. I have a couple of pungent questions, right? I would want us to talk about or discuss and hear your views. Let's do it. So first, I would want to ask, how can someone do an energy audit, right, for the year 2025? Because you need to know things to change. You need to know where your energy leaks are actually coming from, so you can correct them and avoid them in 2026. So how can that be done?
Thank you for that question. So when we're talking about energy audits, we need to kind of break it down. So I like where you ended the question on where are the leaks coming from? What were the things that didn't make your balloon get to its maximum, where it seems as though you're putting some sort of air, but it's not giving you the actual results? Now, it's very important to look at this from a holistic view, from all points of view. Number one, we'll start from your own self. Now, you're an average of the 5 to 10 closest people to you. So if you look at it in financial aspects, if you've got 4 friends and they are broke, the 5th person is you. Right? If you've got 5 friends or 4 friends that are out of job, the 5th person is you. If you've got a job, you are next in line. Right. So that's how it works. If you see a lady that is in an abusive relationship, she doesn't like how things are going with herself, between herself and her partner. She has this low self-esteem issues. Now, at it lady very closely. 2 or 3 of our other friends are in the same circle. So it's a problem for them. And they share this thing and they kind of feel unknowingly comfortable in that environment. So first of all, you want to raise your energy level. Now, you cannot live your life beyond what you know and who you are. Now, let me just bring it down this way. So, what do you think about most of the time? What do you feel most of the time? Let me bring it home. Thoughts is a language of the mind. Feeling is a language of the body. Or combine your thoughts and your feeling, it gives you your particular state. Now, we as human beings, we often release energy to the quantum field. Now, anytime we do that, have you seen somebody who walks into a room and you're like, who is that guy? Who is that lady? There's something about this person. Or somebody you met in the bus and you just connected just like that. Or in a training and you just built a relationship just like that. So that's what happens. We release and emit energy. Somebody comes into an interview room. Nobody just likes the person. As somebody comes in, everybody just falls in love. We release certain energy at a known level. So what energy level are you in? You as a person say. So how can you build your energy? Number one, the music you listen to. What kind of music do you listen to? So there are music you listen to that it uplifts your spirit, even to the point of the food you eat, the kind of meals you eat also affects your energy level, right? So the music you listen to, the kind of food you eat, yes. So the books, all right. So I think first is the books, the music, and then the things you eat, all right. Then number 4 now has to do with the people around you. So when you're talking about the people around you, that also brings us back to you. So it's like a 2-edged sword. You attract people who are like you. Science tells us that positive and negative attract, right? So positive and negative, they attract. Positive and positive, no life, right? But in real life, positive and positive attract. Negative and negative attract. Positive and negative, they repel. Now, for you to also improve on your energy level, with the kind of network and people that you have around you, you also need to build certain force. For example, one of Newton's law of motion says that a body will continue in a constant motion or rest until an external force is acted upon it. Now, for you to build certain network that will help your energy grow from where you were last year, right? You need to build your energy level to a certain point where you can attract a kind of people that you want there. Else, you will repel them. Why do I keep attracting people I don't want? Why do I keep having people that I'm not interested in? Why don't people like me? Again, let me end with this. Coming to what you think and what you feel. There's something at the tip of your spinal cord is called the reticular activating system. It's like an antenna. So it looks around the certain radios around you and it connects you to people, situations, things, circumstances, predicaments to further buttress of what you're thinking about more, to further buttress that what you're thinking is actually right. You can't be thinking positive and then expecting something negative to happen. It doesn't work like that. Even if it does, you bounce back early because you're thinking something positive. Sooner or later, you experience more of positive thing. It's just like this. Thinking about a white Corolla car. You're thinking about it or you just bought it or a friend just bought it. Suddenly, your entire world gets filled up with white Corolla cars.
Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. A lot of insights to draw from what you just said. Maybe let me go a step further, right? It's possible you answered it here because of what you said, but maybe let me ask it so that it gets crystal clear. So, how can someone evaluate these relationships? Because now I'm trying to grow my age beyond those who are around. So, so how can I evaluate those who maybe they are actually there and I am the one that is not there yet? Maybe, right? How can I evaluate these relationships and know which to maintain and which to?
Okay, I'll be quick with this, or you might be surprised if you practice this exercise. You may not find this exercise in any book, maybe except mine. So, because I developed it. And when you do this, you might be shocked that the people you speak to most time, yes, are the people you need the least. So, okay, this must have been the people draining you even the more. Now, look at your life. Just have like a spreadsheet. You look at your finances. You look at your career. You look at your spiritual life. We are spiritual being, and the spiritual controls the physical. Whether you believe in God, you don't believe in God. Even atheists, they know that there's an intelligence that is governing everything that is around us. And they call it intelligence and they spell it with a capital I. Some of them, they say there is a source somewhere from where everything emanates. And when they're spelling it, they spell it like a now, like somebody, the name of a person with a capital S and all that and all that. So there's a spirituality aspect. When we're talking about meditation, that is connecting with a higher self. That's some sort of spirituality. Christians, they call it quiet time. That is also connecting with some higher powers, some higher self, getting some guidance for your day, predicting, predestinating how your day will go. And that's where synchronicity and serendipity falls in place. Now, so you have your spiritual being. Now, I've talked about finance, I've talked about academic or profession, spiritual. Then you can now have relationship, maybe marriage and all the rest. I can go on as many areas of life that you so choose. Now, you can now have another side of the sheet where you have the list of people that regularly come to your mind. Those around your network. Just list them out and be brutally honest. If you write something you wish, you're deceiving yourself. So be brutally honest as though you are marking a result. Write those names and then now begin to look at the first name. Moses Atimon. Where does it fall in here? Where does it fall in there? One of the things you should do is you write 1, you write 2, you write 3. The 1, 2, 3 covers for all the areas. Now, 3 means the person is negligible. The person is not essential. The person is, you can do without that. So, Moses Atimon. We talk more about finance. And maybe you can even have one side again that has to do with just gisting and talking, whiling away tired, just fooling myself and having a nice time. So you have that 1, 2, 3. And then one is somebody I really need this. Two is I think this would be an addendum. Then three is I don't think this is important. You now pick that name and like this person falls to I think okay, we'll talk more about profession, but it's number three. It's not so this person does not really give me what I want. You might be shocked that at the end of the day, you're having your 1 1 1 1 1 empty. Nobody in your network gives you that thing you want, my dear. At middle of the night, at 1 a.m. Then, of course, one of the things you should also put there is somebody, not money as it were, but somebody can ask for advice who will tell you to your face, oh boy, yeah, you mess up. You forehand, you didn't do well. You didn't do well. Somebody will brutally tell you the truth. All right. So when you've written all of this, you now begin to look at these things and feel them there. You then find out that you have maybe 1 1 2 1 1 1 2 of these things. They are blank. It's not there for you to now begin to look again around your network. People you are not really in touch with. Who you think, this person will feel my professional side. This person will challenge me. That's one. Or two, if you don't have anybody in your phone book, in your network, when you're going out, consciously begin to look for somebody who, when I'm in the middle of the night, and I need some money, who can I call? I'm in a situation, my car just broke down on Port Milan Bridge. Who can I call? I'm right there on Port Milan Bridge to help me at 1 a.m. We all know such people. And if you don't have those, you want to try to start looking out for how to feel that without it can make it more holistic. Let me sink that in for a minute. So while you were speaking, I was just doing my own introspective thinking, ruminating, evaluation today. Is doing my own evaluation. This is really profound. You made mention of the fact that you developed this one, right? So are there materials you have that that the public access to check these things out because you've explained it though, but if there's a guide that one can sit with and really detail, yes, so please, yes. So in Timatomoy Consult, we've got what we've called Life by Design Toolkit. Now, this is a combination of, so since last year, I've been doing lots of videos, content, and materials around designing your own life the way you want, like an architect. You have an architect, I help the person who wants to build a house, right? So he tells the architect, this is what I want to do. Then the architect begins to do it. Present it to him. He says, no, move the kitchen this way, extend this way, do it this way. Life is that architect. You are that homeowner. You tell like, I don't want this, extend my kitchen, change this. I don't like my finances. It has to be increased. I don't like the network that I'm having. I don't like this energy feeling. I need this to be changed. You give life that instruction and it does that for you. So we have what we call Life by Design Toolkits. We even have like a calendar. We even have like a schedule. And we also have something like a workbook that you can follow. It has a guide. It has a workbook. It has exercises. It is holistic. And this is something that we have designed in the company. And it is what I've put together from almost a decade experience working with different people from different countries around the world, by and large, the US, Europe, and Africa. So we're able to put this together, the experience, we're able to design something that anyone can use on the go. Fantastic. All right. Let me digress a bit to ask about. So you have someone who he has identified the changes he wants to make in 2026, and he's trying to figure out what he needs to learn, areas he needs to improve on, dates he needs to change. Right? He has high marks and networks he needs to change. So what my question is, what can he do differently to create a catalyst for that transformation? There is this quote, I can't remember the source, that says, doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome is insanity, is madness. So, what did you do last year? What result did you get? If nothing to show for it, okay, what are you doing this year? And what do you intend to do differently? But just to mention quickly, an individual who has a goal, who has certain things written down to do, has about 25 to 30% hope of actualizing those things. And somebody who only thought about them. I'll say that again. Yes, I was going to say. So let me go from the back. Somebody who thought about certain goals, a heavy wish, I wish I thought through it, has a 15 to 20% chance of getting for actualizing those things. Somebody who thought and wrote them out has a 25 to 30% possibility just by writing it and tossing it aside, and just tossing, not even going back to it, and just tossing it aside. So that individual, I'm just trying to commend that person who has thought about something and has written it out. There's a possibility. That's where people out there, they say coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence, but something like that. So it's called cause and effect. I can go into that, but we've not got that time. So, but the point is this: when you've written all of this down, first, have you done this before? If not, there is a path to take. Have you done this before? If yes, so I'll answer that first because it's quick. What did you do before? No, I haven't written this. What did you do before that didn't make you have the results? You need to really know those things and don't attempt to do those things again. Because if you do those same things, you will get the same results. Common sense, isn't it? Now, the other person, so you need to find out what didn't work. Toss those aside. It's you who know what didn't work. So this is more of a customized kind of advice. Now, for the person who hasn't done this before, you've written out some things you want to do. How do you actualize that? Isn't it? Now, first, if it's your first time, don't try to do something big. Like I said, some time ago, that at 19, I wrote a goal. I want to go to Harvard at 21. That's a bit, insane and, kind of audacious. So you want to write some little more achievable baby steps. With that, it's just like trying to build your physical muscle. You don't want to go to the gym first time. Imagine someone like me, first time going to the gym, not happen gym for 5 years. And not to carry 50 kg, I would die. I will kill myself. So, of course, you want to start it maybe 5 kg. You do this for some days or for a number of hours in a day, and then increase it again. So start with some little goals. It might be waking up a little earlier. It might be eating a bit right on time. It might be writing a bit more of your to-do list at the beginning of the day. It may be a bit of reduction of your social media time. Those things are quite basic. You are building muscles. Somebody who sees me on social media now and hears some of the things I say, some of the things I do, and has never done or attempted things before, I want to try it, you're going to crash. And when you crash, you feel discouraged. It doesn't work. Those things are just motivation. So start baby steps. I can grow with that. Trust. Most times we just want to set that goal. She sits on the way down. Right. I heard this, my friend said this, and you want to put that front, and you get disappointed. Spirit is dampened, and you're wondering what's sorry. Yeah. Because we've never done that before. So start with just something small and grow from there. That's very exciting. Let me ask this. Maybe my last question, or second to the last. So for someone, it's that young professional out there who is trying to do a number of things at the same time, right? He has a profession, maybe he has business, maybe he has something else he's learning, right? So to such a person, so let's say this person has been doing all of these things for 25, and is trying to evaluate if he wants to focus on more. What is your advice to such a person for 2026? A professional. So first off, you need your body and soul together. You're married, you're single, this applies to you all. So you want to put your body and soul together. What gives you that money? What pays your bills? what puts food on your table or puts shelter above you. You want to look after that first. If it's your job, that's number one. Or else, if you're chasing passion and passion isn't giving you money just yet, that passion, I like the way, I can't remember who said that. I think somebody hear me. That passion will turn to passion. So you need to be sure of what's paying the bill. Focus on that primarily. And that's why I find some people who are working somewhere and then they feel they have a dream, maybe to be a singer or to be an artist and all the rest. And then at work, something else they're doing, they're not meeting up with their deliverables. They might lose that job at work. So now, first of all, focus primarily on what's paying the bills. One. Two, if you don't like that job, don't leave it. So long it is paying the bills. Now, if you take the cup, let's run this quick experiment. You have a cup. You fill that cup to the middle. I give you that cup. What do you see? First, can either see it from two sides. Okay, half filled or it's half. So I asked my son the same question the other day, and that was the same thing he said. So it depends on what you see. So that individual, there's no vacuum anywhere. So if you don't like your job, don't leave, don't quit that job because you don't like it. Why you don't like it is because there is a void that needs to be filled. Don't leave that job paying your bill to go and do something to fill that void, and you can't pay your bills. What happens to you? You get frustrated, you begin to misbehave. And even that passion, you will leave it at the end of the day. So focus on that thing. And then please, it's good to find what you're made up for. Your passion. It's a business, it's a career, it's a hobby or whatever it is. Take your spare time. It might be after work, it might be weekend, it might be an hour a day, it might be a day in a week. Spend time building that thing. It might take you 2 years, it might take you 5 years, it won't take you 10 years. But then build that thing to a point when it's able to start paying your bills, you can leave the job and fully go into your passion. So that's a very easy way you can differentiate and know what exactly is a priority in 2026. One last question. So there's this question or there's this phrase that, but I'm going to ask it as a question. So how does asking yourself, if this year was successful, what would I be proud of 5 years from now? So how does that question help people to separate meaningful words? Okay, no, let me say. So how does that question help people from seeing things that has enduring value with things that don't have that enduring value? Yeah, so very good question. Very good question. So when you look at all of these things, what aligns the most, one, with your core value? Okay. Number two, okay, what among these things do I want to be remembered for? Yeah. I'm not going to die in the next 5 years. I'm not going to die in the next 5 years. But hey, if I'm going to live for the next 50 years, that 5 years I'm talking about is part of it. Yeah. Why will I know what I need to do and I'm waiting to do it later on? It's like saving sex for old age. Interesting. Enjoy it now while you're young. So that 5 years, so what do I want to be remembered for? I'm not dying in 5 years, but I need to start working towards it. And that's why I find folks like Bill Gates who are like in their 70s and they've retired and now they're spending all their time just giving back because they started quite early. So what do I want to be remembered for? Then another thing is what comes natural to me. What can I afford to do for free? What do I do effortless? For me, I don't know whether I should say this here. I just stand in front of the camera. I do without any script or preparing. I can talk 2 hours on subjects around my niche. Like 5 hours, except I get tired. But say what to say, no, it cannot happen. It cannot happen. So, and most of our content are purely generic or generated by us, not what we're going to get from somewhere, right? So, what comes natural to you? These are things that you might want to consider. Interesting. This has been very, 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 very educative.
insightful, because we all need our 2026 to be on that track, be what we want it to be, and not what just life is it to be for us. So thank you for watching this episode. We're glad you've seen this, and do strongly advise you to subscribe, and you have your notification buttons on, so that when we have other similar content released, you can also benefit. Thank you for watching.